Last night's episode of Real Time with Bill Maher exploded into chaos no one expected. The spark? A fiery exchange between Representative Jasmine Crocket and Maher that ended with her being removed from the set. Her sharp words stunned the audience into silence, leaving producers scrambling and social media igniting with reactions. What began as a lively debate over voting rights quickly unraveled into a heated confrontation. Crockett's fierce advocacy clashed hard with Maher's trademark sarcasm, and the result became an instant viral moment. The studio atmosphere was charged from the start. The crowd came for Maher's usual mix of humor and hard-hitting commentary. But Crocket wasn't there to entertain, she was there to speak truth, her focus squarely on Maher. A staunch advocate for voting rights, she's been vocal about laws in states like Texas that she says disenfranchise marginalized voters. She wasn't about to let Maher's quips go unchecked. Producers expected sparks, but not the blaze that followed. Maher opened with a smirk and a pointed remark, "Jasmine, Democrats keep pushing turnout, but maybe people just don't care enough to show up." Laughter echoed, some clapped, but Crocket fired back without flinching. "Don't care, Bill? People are fighting to be heard against laws designed to silence them. That's not a joke." She outlined how voter ID laws disproportionately affect marginalized groups. The room tensed, some cheered, others squirmed, while Maher raised a brow. "Silence sounds like an excuse. Own the turnout problem," Maher said. That's when the temperature spiked. Crocket leaned forward, her tone sharp. "I'm talking about real people being blocked from voting. You're making light of their fight." Maher replied curtly, "It's a comedy show. Lighten up or leave." The audience gasped. Phones came out. Crocket stood her ground. "Lighten up? I'm here for justice, you can't laugh that away." Her resolve electrified the room. Some cheered her on. Others sat stunned. The producers, clearly uneasy, signaled from behind the scenes. Then Maher, visibly frustrated, motioned to security. "You're derailing the show, Jasmine. Time to go." As security moved in, she didn't budge. "Derail? I'm speaking truth, Bill, you're just not ready to hear it." The crowd erupted, some chanting her name, others murmuring as the tension reached a boiling point. Crocket was unwavering. Maher's irritation boiled over. The moment hurtled toward a climactic high, and it was far from over. Outside, Crocket transformed the sidewalk into her platform. After the show, she continued her fight, surrounded by cameras and questions. Maher's jokes mock people's struggle to vote. "I won't be quiet about that," she said, calm and commanding. She detailed how voter suppression works in states like Texas, backing it with statistics about how many people are turned away from the polls. The crowd outside was electric, some chanted her name, others whispered as a stagehand inside tried to reset the tone. "We're back on track," the crew said stiffly, drawing a few cheers but not cooling the fire. That comment only fueled Crocket. "On track? I'm calling out suppression. That's what matters." She didn't pause. "I'm fighting for justice, not ratings. I'm not finished." Her words lit up the crowd, people shouted, phones recorded, the crew looked overwhelmed. "She's not stopping," someone said through a headset. The chaos outside surged. A reporter asked, "Not done? You just took on Maher. That's bold." The comment boosted the momentum. The focus wasn't just on Crocket's removal, it was her refusal to back down. Show insiders tried to spin it, she had her moment, but this is a comedy show. Crocket wasn't buying it. Comedy? People's votes are on the line. That's not a joke. She pointed to hard data, the crowd split again, some agreeing, others still filming. X-posts flooded in. Crocket's energy didn't fade. One viral post read, "Her passion's unstoppable." Outside the studio, the scene was charged. "Maher's show dodges real issues," she said. "I'll show you the stakes." A reporter challenged her, "You're stirring things up, Congresswoman. That's a bold move." The crowd leaned in, the crew tried to regain control, but Crockett held her focus. Bold? I'm speaking for the silenced. You're just not ready to hear it, she declared. Her fire surged as the situation escalated. One insider said, she's running the show now. The night surged toward an explosive climax. Crockett's defiance was more than a moment, it was a movement. And Real Time with Bill Maher became ground zero for a cultural flashpoint still trending hours later. Jasmine Crockett's fiery defiance rocked the scene after she was kicked off the show. The crowd erupted, show staff scrambled, and X lit up with reactions. Sources say after Crockett boldly declared, I'm speaking for the silenced, you're not ready for this, she refused to back down. Despite the show's effort to downplay the moment, she pushed even harder for voting rights, driving the confrontation toward a viral explosion. A spokesperson attempted to cool things off, saying, Crockett, your point's valid, but this is a comedy show. Let's keep it chill. Their voice was tight, struggling to stay calm as she challenged Maher's joke about voter turnout. But the crowd wasn't backing off either. Some chanted her name, others murmured in disbelief. Crockett shot back, chill? My fight's for people being blocked from voting, that's not funny. Her words cut through the noise, fierce and full of conviction. Cheers and gasps mixed as the crew scrambled, tension rising. The spokesperson doubled down, saying, no laughing matter? You're challenging our entire platform. That's huge. Their tone turned sharp, personal. Crockett stood her ground. Huge? I'm exposing silence voices, this is bigger than jokes. Her words hit hard, unfiltered and passionate, as some in the crowd shouted, keep it up, Jasmine, while others whispered and recorded. Exposed surged, one declared her unstoppable and went viral. The spokesperson's voice cracked. Exposing? You're changing the whole game, Crockett. The crowd roared. Some said she was too much, others called her the real deal. But what captivated everyone wasn't just her being kicked off, it was how she owned the moment outside. Insiders revealed she leaned in further, Maher's jokes cover up the truth of voter suppression. I'm here to expose it, she said, unwavering. A reporter challenged her, you're a guest, Congresswoman. This is Maher's show. The pushback was sharp, but Crockett didn't flinch. The crowd stirred, clapping, shouting, as clips from the clash spread across Maher's turf. People's votes matter more. Get ready, she fired back. Her voice was calm but powerful, and the atmosphere ignited. Sources said the crew was overwhelmed. She's not letting up, they noted, voices stressed. Still, Crockett pressed on, Maher's avoiding the real issue. This is my fight. Her voice trembled with purpose as the spokesperson cut in again, Crockett, you're pushing too far, this is chaos. Their control slipping, the crowd exploded. Some raised signs, others live-streamed. Crockett remained focused. Chaos? I'm fighting for justice, not your punchline, she snapped. Her passion surged, and insiders whispered, she's stealing the show. The night built to a heart-pounding climax. Crockett's resistance reached new heights. The Real Time with Bill Maher clash had entered a whole new phase, and it was all anyone could talk about. Outside the studio, she gave everything. Her reaction stunned everyone. The crowd went wild. Media scrambled. X caught fire. Sources said her resolve only strengthened after she said, I'm fighting for justice, not your punchline. As the show tried to minimize the impact, she intensified her fight for voting rights. Her raw message pushed the situation closer to viral detonation. Crockett didn't slow down. She faced the press directly. Maher's jokes ignore the reality people face. I'm here for them, she said firmly, her voice full of fire. She outlined how voter ID laws and mail-in ballot limits hit Black and Latino voters hardest, citing stats about thousands turned away in Texas alone. The crowd outside buzzed with energy. Some people cried. Others shouted, keep going, Jasmine. A show spokesperson tried again, you're shaking things up, but this is Maher's platform. Take it easy. But their tone was unraveling. Meanwhile, the crowd grew louder. The tension spiked. The spokesperson pushed again, calling out our host, "That's a major move." Crockett stayed solid. "Major? I carry their pain. You can't dismiss it with a joke," she said. Her voice shook. Her eyes locked into the crowd, who responded with roars. Phones stayed up. Clips exploded online. Another viral expost read, "Crockett's bringing the truth." The spokesperson softened. "Pain, you're really pushing, Crockett." "This is intense," they said, more subdued. The crowd surged again. Some shouted, "She's winning." Others whispered, "She's powerful." Insiders said the entire scene hit a fever pitch. Then Crockett's voice rang out, "Pushing hard? This is about hope. Their silence votes live through me." Her words hit home, raw, emotional, unforgettable. She shared the stories of voters turned away, families still fighting for a voice. The spokesperson went quiet, eyes wide, their resistance fading. Crockett's message, and her moment, was undeniable. Crockett stepped up with quiet intensity. "Hope you're fired up," she said, her voice low but commanding. The crowd erupted, some people stood, others filmed, a few cried. Clips immediately hit X, spreading fast. Her plea struck deep. One video gathered shares quickly, another showcased her passion. She was relentless, and it was catching fire online. Millions tuned in. She kept going, saying, "Fired up. I'm their voice. Feel their fight." Her passion was unstoppable. The atmosphere was electric, the mayor's absence allowed silence. The show's control was slipping. What's I setting up, people wondered. The answer, something huge, something raw. Inside sources said the show's spokesperson clutched their notes. "Your voice, you're shaking this show," they said, nervous but respectful. Crockett didn't back down. "Shaking? I'm their justice. Rethink your angle." Her words were sharp. The crowd roared. Some rushed forward, others chanted, "Jasmine's real." The spokesperson paused and admitted, "We hear you." The tension held firm. Insiders murmured, "She's rewriting the rules." The night surged toward a heart-pounding peak. Crockett's emotional stand was building toward a moment that would shake everything. On Real Time with Bill Maher, the drama hit its highest point, and it's still dominating the conversation. Representative Jasmine Crockett's powerful move outside the studio stunned everyone. After being removed from the show, she came back even stronger. The crowd went wild, the media was in chaos, and reactions flooded X. After her intense declaration, "I'm their justice. Rethink your angle," and the show's half-hearted acknowledgement, she escalated. Her fight for voting rights struck a nerve, driving the moment viral. Crockett stood her ground as reporters gathered. "Rethink, I'm showing the truth of voter suppression," she said. Her voice was raw and unyielding. She pulled out a tablet and played a video compilation of real voters, Black, Latino, young, old, sharing stories of being turned away at the polls. "This is their fight, Bill. Hear it," she declared. The move was bold, unplanned. The crowd erupted. Some cheered, others teared up. The show's spokesperson looked stunned. "This isn't the plan." "Stop it," they said, clearly shaken. The audience buzzed with energy, cheers, gasps, a charged silence from the crew. Their signals dropped. Crockett pressed on. "Not the plan? Their struggle needs answers, not your jokes," she fired. The video showed voters detailing ID barriers, closed polling stations, and mail-in ballot denials. The crowd roared louder. Some chanted her name, others whispered in awe. Phones filmed. X blew up. One post read, "Crockett's bombshell," quickly trending. The spokesperson's voice cracked. "You've got our attention, Crockett. We're listening." Their tone softened. The crowd roared again. "She's killing it," some yelled. "She's fearless," others said. The energy flipped. Chaos and clarity clashed. Crockett held firm. "Listening. Their hope needs action, not silence," she said, her voice fierce and full of emotion. The spokesperson faltered. "Action? That's a bold play, Crockett. We're taking note." It was a clear concession. The crowd surged. More stood, more filmed, more cried. Clips spread instantly. "Crockett move," one post read. Another praised her fire. She was unstoppable, reaching millions. The spokesperson nodded. "We're rethinking." "You've made your point," they said, voice quiet. The scene was electric. Crockett's impact was undeniable. The show's tone was shifting fast. What made the moment so powerful was how real Crockett was. Insiders said the spokesperson clung to their script. "You flipped this show," they told her, a mix of respect and disbelief in their voice. Crockett fired back, "Flipped? I'm amplifying their voices. They deserve it." The crowd answered with cheers, some rushing closer, others chanting Jasmine's fight. The spokesperson exhaled. "You've spoken. We're processing." The clash balanced on a razor's edge. "She's changed everything," insiders said. As the night drew to a close, the moment exploded in triumph. Crockett's bold stand stunned the nation. The Real Time with Bill Maher drama reached its epic finale, and it's still the center of conversation. Her courageous act outside the studio blew the lid off. The show's team ultimately gave in, overwhelmed by her intensity. The crowd was electric, the media frenzied, X in meltdown. Sources say her final statement, "I'm amplifying their voices. They deserve it," and her stunning voter testimony sealed the moment as one that rewrote everything. The show's team had no option but to listen. The message was clear, Crockett had spoken, and the impact was immediate. A viral moment was unfolding, shifting the tone of everything. The show's spokesperson, visibly shaken, acknowledged the shift. "Crockett, your moves are huge. You've earned our respect." Their words were deliberate and sincere, acknowledging her powerful stance on voting rights. Outside, the crowd exploded with emotion, some celebrated like it was a concert, others were in tears, all while Crockett stood firm. Respect was in the air. Her voice was calm, confident, and victorious. The crowd chanted her name, the moment electric, like a historic win. Behind the scenes, the crew sat in silence, headsets off, every moment captured on camera. But Crockett wasn't finished. Insiders said she stayed true to herself. "Their hope keeps me going. I'm carrying it," she said, linking her fight to real issues, voter ID laws, shuttered polling stations, and mail-in ballot restrictions. The spokesperson nodded in understanding. "We hear you, Crockett." The tone was respectful. The crowd roared louder, some filmed, others shouted, "She's the real deal." Clips quickly flooded X. One headline read, "Crockett owns Maher, gathering thousands of shares." Another clip highlighted her intensity. "She's a legend," users wrote. As millions watched the moment go viral, the spokesperson closed with, "We're moving forward, Crockett." It felt final. Her win was sealed. The moment, monumental. The dust began to settle. The aftermath hit like a wave. Reports say Crockett stepped away from the cameras, her voice quiet but steady, "I did this for them." Aides guided her through a crowd of reporters. Around her, the energy remained, show officials slipped away, but cheers continued. Onlookers filmed and shouted, "Justice served," as security cleared the area. The night ended on a high. Online, X exploded. "Crockett shuts down Maher," read one post. She was trending globally. Her action had become a viral landmark for the show. The momentum kept building. Crockett tweeted, "Voices beat," and follow-up jokes went viral, racking up over 188,000 likes. Replies poured in, "You showed up for us." Memes spread across TikTok and Instagram, many featuring voter rights messages and political jabs. The saga left a cultural imprint. Crockett's stand for voting rights was now front-page news. Her reputation as a bold, fearless advocate had skyrocketed. Meanwhile, Maher's sudden silence sparked speculation. Some predicted a comeback, others said Crockett stole the spotlight. The effect was massive. Experts called it a turning point. Crockett didn't just shake up the format, she may have redefined it, one said. Hosts across the board were now reconsidering how they book and script future shows. Public opinion remains divided. Some cheer, she called him out, while others ask, did she go too far? Regardless, the spark has been lit. Crockett's influence is rising fast. Her voice is louder than ever. Maher's next move remains a mystery. But one thing's clear, this was only the beginning. Crockett's next battle looms. Maher's response? Still to come. The fire's not out, it's just getting started.